Hey, Internet, I'm Chaz.
And I'm Dan. Welcome to Wine a Series of Business. Still don't know what the number is. We're catching up out of a big backlog of awesome interviews. We're carrying on with more interviews, more unique content today. We had a big run.
270, 260 something, 70
No,
something.
270 something. Yeah, we had a big run of boring stuff where it was just me and Chaz talking about things for a long time. And now we've got interesting stuff. Matt, why don't you tell us about what interesting wines we have today?
Yeah, so I went over to the Middle East a couple weeks ago on vacation.
The ISIS tour.
Yeah, it was the ISIS tour, as everyone so affectionately called it, and basically hit up Turkey, Lebanon, and Israel. And so I kind of tried the wines all over the place, and like Turkish wine was like not so cool. Lebanese wine, like, you know, we get Chateau Moussar here, but the rest was kind of like, I didn't find some, but there may be some out there that are awesome. But Israel, I thought, was actually pretty unique in a sense that they've actually invested a lot of time into figuring out how to make good wine in that particular region. So brought a couple bottles back.
Sorry.
Probably need to rinse on this.
Yeah, we're gonna take the rinse. You can keep talking. I just
go ahead.
want to get the wine flowing while
Yeah.
while you're doing
So these, I went to a restaurant called Hatraklin, I believe it's called, Hatraklin, and basically it's supposed to be this amazing restaurant in Tel Aviv, and it was a very good restaurant. And what they do is essentially you order your dishes. Sorry, one sec. You order your dishes, and then for each course that they bring you out 3 wines that they feel will pair with that course, and then you taste through those 3 wines, and then you pick which one you want with that particular course. And so they do this for each of your courses that you order. And so for my 3 courses, these were the 3 that I decided on of the 9, of course, that I tasted. So I got full glasses of these, and then I ended up bringing a bottle back.
That's a super cool restaurant plan, I think. Like, that's something I would really enjoy experiencing, especially at a place where I know none of the wines on the list.
Yep, and
Right.
the wine was, I mean, the food was amazing, and the server was just like super, super helpful and knowledgeable about Israeli wines, and so it was awesome. So
Cool.
And thank you so much for bringing these back. Like, trucking these all the way back from Israel to do a show with us is awesome.
we even got the yarmulkes too.
I know.
Perfect.
Yeah. I got me a Porsche yarmulke.
And I got a Google Chrome one that Matt picked up over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is this?
So this was interesting. So when he asked me originally, like, what type of wine I like, I was just like spitting out stuff like Burgundy, etc. And he's like, well, we don't really have anything like that. We only have Israeli wines. But I have this one Roussanne that we grow here that is actually kind of similar and Burgundian in a way, even though it's not, it's not really Burgundian grape.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I'll try it. And I was like, damn, that's actually pretty awesome. So this is a Roussanne grown in the Galilee region of Israel by the producer called Moshav Dalton. Can't really read that on the front here because it's in Hebrew, but
fully in Hebrew. Very few English words on the label.
So yeah.
So there's that.
Roussanne.
Well,
yeah.
I know. Yeah.
It's got that like funkiness, that,
It does.
like,
Yeah. A little overripe melon, I think, like cantaloupe or something.
Agreed.
but a little bit of that like dirty, like, and then when he said Burgundian, like it has that like dirt quality that comes through in a lot of Burgundian wines.
A little
Or Burgundy
whetstones,
wines.
a little bit of like
Yeah, a bit
underripe
mineral-
banana peel.
Minerality, a bit of minerality.
Mhm.
What is it? It's like almost like like a waxy characteristic or something to it.
Totally. Yeah, a little more funky than some other Roussannes I've had, but
Yeah.
kind of engaging.
But yeah, sort of mineral wax and like melon flavors. Yeah.
Yeah, real nice acidity on the palate. I really like the texture of this. Good sense of purity to it.
That's really pleasant.
That's really good.
Yeah. Like the funkier, like richer suggestions from the nose show up, but they're really delicate on the palate. Like the wine doesn't have a heavy feel to it at all, which I really like.
And it was really good because they paired it with like this root vegetable like salad essentially, and it was like jicama and apples and all this like really cool stuff. Is super fresh, and with this wine, it was just like on fleek.
Kind of like my shirt.
There it is.
Yep.
There it is.
On
Yeah,
fleek.
yeah. Lots of purple on the shirt. Are any of these wines super purple?
Oh, just you wait. And I don't even like perp, so we're about to get perp here.
No,
Alright.
the intensity here is really nice. Like sort of like the honeydew melon, leading into maybe like even like sort of green apple, sort of as the wine finishes. Maybe a little hint of like lime citrus.
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit
yeah.
like maybe like
The peel a little bit. It's kind of on the edge. You get that
just
like,
on the edge. Yeah. It's a hint of it, right?
Mhm.
But what's great about it is like how long those flavors last, and the intensity of them is rather high. It's doesn't feel that heavy or that like it's probably low in alcohol, I'm guessing, or it doesn't feel high.
Oh, there it is.
13%,
Okay.
but just the weight and the texture and the intensity is really really nice. So
Yeah,
it's
nice
really
fruit
pleasant.
flavor. Nice delicacy. Yeah, 89 points for me, I guess, is where I'd end up with that. Yeah, nice white, like the grape.
Yeah, I do too. In less so. A lot of Roussannes that I've had from, let's say, France or from America, have like had a small like viscosity sort of to them. This doesn't have that per se, right?
It's much
like,
crisper.
Yeah, it's crisper. It's a little minerally. It's got a lot more acid, which typically Roussannes from that I've had, right? The acid is sort of either just below it or balanced, and this is like above it.
Yeah,
above
yeah,
the fruit flavors,
it
right?
can be
Adding a little
super
bit of
ripe,
lift.
right? Like if it's, yeah.
Yeah, and so this is a really nice Roussanne, although I don't know if I pick it out as a Roussanne in like a blind lineup or something. But yeah, another like 88 or 89 point wine for me. Really, really quite special. I mean, good wine.
Yeah, it's interesting. It doesn't have that like same floral quality I think that a lot of Roussannes have, and so again, it's definitely more, and that's why again, it's not a Burgundy, but at the same time, it has a little bit of that Burgundian funky quality to it that is just yeah.
I like to say, if you
Yeah,
like
it's like-
Viognier, drink Roussanne instead.
Dan doesn't like Viognier. Yeah.
All right, so about to get some perp now.
I was to say, you can taste a little bit of barrel on the rinse there too. Yeah.
So this is an interesting one. So in I think it was about the 90s in Israel, they had been growing a lot of wine there and a lot of grapes, and it was kind of like shitty, the production. Like it just wasn't, the wine wasn't very good. So Israel, the wine industry as a whole, decided to start like bringing all these people in, and essentially like teaching them how to make better wine based on their terroir. Like all of the wineries did this, right?
Okay.
And they swapped a lot of grapes out. It was predominantly white grapes before. Like they were growing a lot of like Chardonnay, just other stuff like that. But then they moved primarily to red after that happened. So one of the grapes that they felt that grew really well in Israel was Carignan, which is something that you don't really get anywhere else. So Carignan typically in the U.S. is associated with like jug wines, right? So it's like the Carlo Rossi's. It was always used as a filler, but they felt that the Carignan and really expressed the terroir of Israel in a lot of ways, and so that's what this is. So this is a 90% Carignan, 5% Petit Syrah, and 5% Syrah, I believe.
Is that on there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is.
7% Petit Syrah, 3% Syrah.
Huh.
So yeah.
Okay.
So Carignan is the dominant grape in this one. So, and this producer is Mia Luce,
Rosso.
2011.
also from the Gaillet region as well.
All right.
So I think there's two dominant regions, the Gaillet, and there's one other one, I can't remember the name of it, but something Hills.
Golden Heights, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. Golden Heights.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heights, Hills, same thing. Cool.
Wow.
All right, here we go.
Perp, baby.
Whoa. Yeah, blind, I'd guess this was a Cabernet.
Blind, I guess this was shot enough to pop.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
in.
straight
I
up.
think that's in. That's probably in Shot Enough to Pop, right?
Carignan? I think so.
Yeah.
I think it might be. Yeah.
I think so. It's
Yeah.
one of the. What,
It's got that sort
mini
of
grapes?
like
The
green,
rocky.
it's got that green olivey sort of aroma to the nose, at least for me, that like often sticks itself out in Chateauneuf.
Yeah, like green olives and hot rocks.
Yeah. Big ripe blackberries.
Agreed. Yeah.
And a little bit of like blackberry stem. Blackberry season's just wrapping up here in Oregon, so I've been eating a fair number of those.
Yeah, it's like blackberries, olives, and minerality, stone or whatever. It smells good. It's good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
A little bit of asphalt. But yeah.
That's
Whoa.
another good wine.
Hit ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good though. Wow. It's definitely a big dark wine, right? The tannins aren't super bitter or overwhelming, but they fill your mouth up. But there's this really great core of pure blackberry fruit, a little bit of tartar fruit, like maybe like a little edge of cranberry or something in there too.
And you
There's
just
some
get to that
cherries,
like
yeah.
stemminess that kind of rounds
Yeah.
out the blackberries,
Yeah.
and it's like, it's awesome.
It's got a nice long mid palate too, and the tannins are sort of like late hitting. I mean, but when they hit, they come in really firmly, right? But there's no harshness. It's nice.
Yeah, so this was paired with a goose confit, actually,
Yes.
which was on point.
Yes.
So
That
good.
sounds like a really good idea.
My waiter was amazing, by the way. I don't even remember your name, but you know, the dude, he was a big dude and just knew his shit. Like
What was the name of the place again?
It was called Hatraklin.
Okay.
Hatraklin Meat
How'd you find
Meat
this place?
and Wine Bistro. TripAdvisor. It's the #1 ranked restaurant in Israel or in Tel Aviv.
Oh,
Wow.
So
TripAdvisor, so
beautiful garden, awesome meal. Like it's very
recommend it.
I highly recommend this place if you're ever in Tel Aviv. It's in it's like right by the old station. Amazing
ask
restaurant.
the big guy for wine advice.
Yeah, ask the big guy for wine advice. He's like sommelier himself and just
Nice.
knows Israel wine like the back of his hand.
It's awesome.
This is really impressive. Yeah. Definitely not the sort of wine that I drink very regularly, but this isn't what's grown around here either.
No.
But I think, yeah, and I also think it's exciting when you have an experience with a less popular grape, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's so so dominated by this variety that, yeah, it really grabs my attention.
There's not a lot of oak influence on this one.
No.
No, I
Like,
thought
so
there
it's
was
like-
on the nose, but yeah,
Like maybe a little like if it was done in neutral barrels or something, there
Yeah.
might be like a little bit of wood tannins left over, maybe in the finish, but like it's really really light.
He did
And-
say it is all neutral barrel.
Okay,
Neutral
yeah.
barrels,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember
Yeah.
calling that out.
But it's I say it doesn't for being such a hearty red wine, it doesn't have any sort of oak influence. And it's really nice that it just lets the like blackberry fruit characteristics and the tannins that come are like sort of provided by the fruit, and the acid is well in balance. It's a
Yeah.
delicious red wine.
yeah.
90 points from me.
Me too.
Yeah, this is very good, worth seeking out if you can find it in America.
You won't.
No,
No. So the interesting thing about these wines, by the way, just to call them out, so they're all very small producers. Very, very
Okay.
small producers. And the interesting thing about Israel is that the small producers only sell to restaurants. So the only place that you can get these wines is at restaurants in Israel. They're
Wow.
tiny producers, and they don't sell to the stores at all. Like it's just.
So did you
part
buy
of their
these all at the
culture.
restaurant?
All at the restaurant, and so you buy them either by the bottle, but they give you 50% discount if you buy them to take out.
Oh,
So they do facilitate the retail anyway.
Re-
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are retail space at that point
Yep.
then too. Okay, awesome. I was
Wow.
like, did you buy these at like a restaurant price? Or,
Yeah, I think it's like 1,200 cases each a year, or 2,000 cases, something like that. It's something really tiny,
Wow.
all small producers.
super
yeah.
small producers. So
Yeah, cool. This is very good.
Yeah,
This is-
and
that's
I
very
don't know.
good.
I guess it's sort of thing I like to be like, oh, if this sounds interesting, you seek it out. But I guess go to that.
If you go to a restaurant in Tel Aviv.
in Tel Aviv, that's
give them some business. It's a damn
Yeah.
good meal too. so.
ask for the carry-on. Yeah, that's your chance. So yeah, all right, cool.
Thanks
I
for
suppose
providing
I'm
us
the one
wine that
that's
we may never
slow.
taste again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
A memorable experience though.
Absolutely.
Probably the best bottle of this grape that I've
Yeah, I mean the other grapes, the bottles of this grape I've had is Carlo Rossi. So, but it's good.
Hey, Rossi can scratch. Actually, it can't. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Years
It's
ago, perhaps.
good.
Yeah.
Being terrible. Yeah.
Sangria.
Yeah.
So this is the Chaz Perp right here. This is that
Okay.
like grip and
The
sip.
tall bottle. We got the tall
Is
bottle.
this Cabernet?
This is grip and sip. Yeah. So
It's
this
got the
is
long cork. It looks like. over
Yep.
there.
This is all Cab Sauv,
Okay,
2006.
yeah, so it tastes like Cab Sauv. Yeah. 2006. So this is 9 years old at this point.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, just go ahead and pour it up. Yeah, we're gonna hang out and probably talk a little bit after this. so.
Yep.
Boy, you don't hear us talk about cab on this show a lot, but even on the rinse, I'm
Yeah.
feeling some love for this.
Totally.
Ben
Wow.
Zimra.
Yeah. So what reserve bottling means what for them? Do you know?
No, I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't. And if anybody knows, hit up the comments.
You
Yeah.
don't have to, when you tweet the show out, it'll have to have the hashtag Israel.
Yeah.
Hashtag Israel wine or something.
So
Hashtag Galilee, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Ben Zimra, Upper Galilee region, Cab Sauv, 2006.
Crazy.
Yep.
I'm gonna. Yeah. All right. Let's get into it.
Big nose definitely jumps out of the glass right away.
Chocolate cherry is just all up in
Yes,
your all up in
totally.
your nose.
A dark chocolate, maybe just a little bit of that blackberry stem again, but not so much. Definitely just lots of.
So, and this was paired with a lava cake, by the way, with a raspberry glaze. So it was just
Okay.
like perfect.
Oh my gosh. How many courses was the meal you had?
Well, so it was not like a coursed meal. Like you just picked what you wanted. So I was like, I want a salad, I want a meal, and I want a dessert. And so it was just three
Nice.
things. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they had like this awesome so they have a bread there. It's a little expensive, but there's this, they call it like Moroccan bread, and they cook it on hot pebbles, and that is like I was so into that stuff. So good. It's a really fantastic restaurant. Like hit it up. #1 restaurant on TripAdvisor, and well worth the money.
Man, I'm excited. I hope I get to go at some point. I love just like crazy herbal notes on the nose here
Yeah.
too, like the rosemary and thyme and
Yes.
yeah.
The nose on this is quite crazy. I mean, or like I've had obviously drink a lot of wine. Like, this is not a normal Cabernet.
No.
In the way the nose. I mean, as soon as I smelled it, I'm like, this is Cabernet. But the aromas I'm getting at are like completely crazy.
Yeah, it's not just like this straight up like raspberry cherries just in your face. There's like a bunch of other stuff going on there as well.
It's almost like toasted hazelnuts or something out of it. It's getting like this weird aroma.
Maybe that's barrel coming through a little bit or something.
Maybe, but yeah, it's not like vanilla, right? It's
Sure.
It's some other aroma. It reminds me of like toasted hazelnuts.
Yeah.
So, of course, like with bunch of black fruit, fresh herbs. Yeah. Aroma's pretty good here.
Yeah. I hate Cab Sauv. Hate it. But this shit is awesome.
Man, I feel like on the nose I'm expecting more green flavors on the palate, but there's no like bitterness or greenness at all here.
No. Long mid palate.
Long mid palate, plenty of fruit,
on for a long
but
time.
also lots of acidity. It really stays crisp in the mid palate. The tannins are lighter than I'd expect for as much fruit as is there.
Age though.
It's the age
yeah,
on it too.
yeah, the age probably backs that off a little bit. I mean, they're present, but given as
Take another big sip.
yeah,
Like they do tend to they give a good amount of grip as you drink more, but still it's a very very nice gentle grip. It's not
oh yeah, there they are.
angular or rough in any regard. Like this is really quite nice.
Yeah, if you swish it around the mouth, it definitely gets into the sides
Right.
a little bit.
Yeah. But man, it's like it's like dark raspberry, a little bit of cherry,
A little chocolate too.
a little chocolatey, almost like a little coffee
Yeah,
flavor
coffee
or
thing going
something. Really quite a good. This is crazy.
And then in the back, so like there's these darker flavors going
Wish it's
on,
a
but
pizza.
in the back end you've got this
Pizza.
like
You fucking good with pizza.
bright, pure like cherry flavor, like not like the dark chocolate covered cherry, but really like the young, fresh, perfectly ripe cherry that kind of pops out and really lingers on the finish. Really grabs my attention. Man, that's enjoyable. It gives you lots to think about with every sip. Lasts for a long time. Man, this is fantastic.
Yeah, this is really good.
So probably the best travel wine I think so far of compared to Jamaica and India.
If you guys are just now, we've had a few new likes in the last couple weeks.
Right? Yeah, got some new folks on board.
If you're just now watching the show, we've done quite a few shows with Matt.
Yep.
And he comes back. He tries to bring us like really interesting wines from around the world. We've done Jamaica. What's some other memorable ones? we've
India.
done? India was we just
India
actually
was
did that
crazy.
like 5 shows ago, 10
Yeah.
shows ago
Mhm.
somewhere.
Yeah.
So look back in our past. You'll find some shows. You can
Shows
find ones.
Matt.
from-
Yeah.
Yeah, and some okay ones, but a lot of misses at times. But
But it's
yeah.
more fun just to find out about the place.
Yeah, and try them because they're different, So
And
We're
this
not
goes,
Jamaican
of course,
wine.
through like at least 2 levels of selection, right? Like Assam at a really high-end restaurant that knows what he's talking about, and then
Yeah.
your favorites of what he presented. So
yeah, it was.
You know,
I mean, to be
yeah.
fair, like this experience in Israel was very different than the other places. Where like I literally would just be like, "Where can I find local wine?" And that's it. But this place is like this dude knows Israel wine and was guiding us to the right place.
It's awesome. Well, whatever your name is, thank you.
yeah, definitely.
You guided us
Yep.
to a very good place. Man, like we always like, where's the threshold for like really exceptional wine? Like this is like 93 points, 93
Totally.
points for me.
Yep. Yep.
So it's border. It's definitely the best Israeli wine I've ever had.
Totally.
Right.
Probably the only Israeli wine.
This is
Yeah.
this is the best cab I've had in at least a year.
I
you
would
know.
totally say that.
Yeah.
This is the best cab I've had in recent memory.
Probably more, and I feel like, yeah.
Well, one thing I'll say about this cab is that I think it lets the fruit show through. It's not muddled up by any oak influence. It's really
Yeah,
just,
there's no vanilla notes,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
I can't pick out one.
and it's really hard to find a Cabernet Sauvignon in this day and age from France or from anywhere in the world that doesn't have that sort of influence. It doesn't have a little bit of richness provided by that. But like in this regard, we're still getting coffee, we're still getting chocolate, along with the fruit flavors without any sort of vanilla or warmth or oak or richness.
No heat, yeah.
Yeah,
And there's
and
got to
it's-
be out with as
yeah.
ripe as this fruit is. There's got
14.
14%. Not crazy.
And it doesn't show.
Not
like
crazy.
that at
Yeah,
all.
I can't. There's no heat to it at all.
So it's good cab. sorry, we can't purchase it in America.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, go give them some
If
business.
David sees this, David's going to try to find it.
He will. He's
Oh,
David Paris.
he's been watching a lot of shows lately.
Yeah.
Actually, big thanks to David. You've been
Yeah.
commenting a lot, putting in great.
Really
great
appreciate your
If you're
comments.
watching the show and
Same
don't
with Paul Willenberg.
Yeah,
Paul
yeah.
Willenberg's been commenting lately.
get in on Facebook, because these are like two of our friends in Portland that have been giving thoughtful and interesting comments.
Yep.
They're worth reading. Hopefully,
Yeah.
they inspire you to engage in the conversation. It's a really good opportunity to get in there, get to
And
know
tell
some
us
of
what
the
you
people.
think.
Yeah.
We honestly, I'd love to hear people's opinions on wine.
Yeah.
So.
Well, another thing also, just to give you guys a little context for price points on these. 40, 40, 35.
Out of the
Okay.
restaurant. That's
Out of
that's
a
nuts.
restaurant. So,
You know, while I'm sure theoretically
Thank you.
yeah.
there are wines in the
Thank
States that can compete with this at $40. I don't, and this is better than plenty of $100 cabs that I've had.
Agreed.
Wow.
It's right up there.
Yeah. So cool stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you
Really
so much.
impressive, Matt. Yeah. Thanks for making this happen.
Yep.
You got a question to ask the
Remember,
kind folks that watch the show.
Question of the day.
Question of the day. Of the lesser traveled regions in the world for wine, so we're not talking about like the Burgundies of the world, Champagnes, like Mosel even, etc. Of the lesser known regions, so think like very obscure, which regions have a grape that is like just really surprises you, and they're sort of known for that particular grape. So again, if we're thinking of like Carignan as the example of this, right? So like Carignan is something that is not grown commonly around the world, but it really shows well in Israel.
Sure.
Like really,
Sure.
really shows well. So what is like a lesser known region with a lesser known grape that really comes to mind? I mean, that's a really hard question to ask, but at the same time, like, if any of you guys have some answers, it's awesome to hear. So who knows? Maybe Pakistan has some weird grape. Sorry, pardon my French. That we have never heard of that is also amazing. So
Yeah. Educate us. Give us a chance.
yeah.
I
Can
can
you
see.
think of one? Can you think of one?
Yeah, it's on the top of it's. Yeah, we're gonna take a cut
To
there,
not
'cause I
from
gotta think.
Uruguay.
Yeah.
To not
okay.
from Uruguay is one of those examples of that.
Pinotage from South America.
Pinotage from
Sure.
South Africa. Paul Herman,
gross.
if you watch the show.
I've had a good one. I've had one that I like.
I've had ones I like too.
Yeah.
Just if
Or sparkling, sparkling wine from London is another really good one.
that's becoming a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So things like that.
Graciano from Navarra is something that I see very rarely, but I've had great experiences with and would recommend to anybody. Look out for high quality.
Syrah from Oregon.
There we go. Willamette Valley.
Willamette Valley.
Yeah.
Willamette Valley Syrah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Right. Chaz keeps coming back to that. All right. There. That was a long answer to our question of the day from us. Help us out. Give us some ideas. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.